You came in wearing midnight with silver on your sleeve. You smiled like every secret was easy to believe. The room leaned in to listen when you ordered one more round. But every time they praised you, your eyes fell to the ground. You knew the names of strangers, the price of every dream. But something in your silence was louder than it seemed. You raise your glass but hide your name. You make the whole room love the flame. You speak of Paris, sun and rain, but who are you behind the champagne? You hold me close, then drift away like smoke that never plans to stay. I taste the truth beneath the pain. There is a lonely man behind the champagne. Your watch was made in Geneva. Your coat was tailored black. You told me where you traveled, but never why you came back. A photograph inside your wallet was turned against the light. I saw the edge of someone you still remembered every night. You danced as though the music could cover every scar. But even under chandeliers, a shadow knows where you are. You raise your glass but hide your name. You make the whole room love the flame. You speak of Paris, sun and rain, but who are you behind the champagne? You hold me close, then drift away like smoke that never plans to stay. I taste the truth beneath the pain. There is a lonely man behind the champagne. To hold, put down the perfect smile now. Let the empty glass remain. I could love the man beneath it, not the legend they acclaim. So lower your glass and say your name. You do not have to feed the flame. Forget the cities, forget see the man behind the champagne. Come closer now and choose to stay. You do not have to fade away. No more hiding, no more games. I see the lonely heart. at midnight, the sky came falling down. You found me in the kitchen with my worries gathered round. I said I did not need you, I had learned to stand alone. But you placed your hand upon mine and made the silence feel like home. Hold me beyond the rain, past every darkening cloud. Stay when the thunder is calling, stay when the world gets too loud. I do not need forever, written in diamonds or flames. Just hold me beyond the rain and love me when daylight remains. You never promised heaven, you never spoke too proud. You simply pulled the curtains and turned the music down. You listened to the pieces I was frightened to reveal, and somewhere in your quiet arms I remembered how to feel. Do not save me with an answer, do not tell me pain will end. Just be here when the night is longest, be my lover, be my friend. Hold me beyond the rain, past every darkening cloud. Stay when the thunder is calling, stay when the world gets too loud. I do not need forever, written in diamonds or flames. Just hold me beyond the rain and love me when daylight remains. When the candles lose their fire, when the wine has lost its taste, when the mirror shows the years that neither one of us can change, will you still reach across the darkness? Will you still whisper my name? Love is not the shelter, love is who remains. No grand goodbye, no perfect line, no golden promise outlasting time, and just your heartbeat close to mine until the storm moves through the night. Hold me beyond the rain, past every shadow and doubt. Stay when my courage is fading, stay when the lights have gone out. I do not need forever, I only need what is true. So hold me You held me beyond the rain. We took the table by the glass, blue candles, midnight rain. Before you even raised your hand, she softly spoke your name. She brought the wine you always chose and smiled a little too. You said that you had never been, but both her eyes knew you. The waitress knew your name. She knew your usual lies. She knew the coat you left last week. I saw it in your eyes. The waitress knew your name. No story could undo. You reached across to hold my hand, but I was through with you. She asked if you still hated ice. You dropped your silver knife. One little question opened up the door to your other life. You blamed a friend, a business night, a man who looked like you. But every word you tried to save only made the truth come through. The waitress knew your name. She knew your usual lies. She knew the coat you left last week. I saw it in your eyes. The waitress knew your name. No story could undo. You reached across to hold my hand, but I was through with you. No broken glass, no public scene, just one clean truth between you and me. She placed the check. I stood to leave. You lost the woman who still believed. The waitress knew your name, and now I knew it too. The man beneath the tailored coat was never really true. The waitress knew your name, but mine came back that night. I left you at your usual table and walked into the light. Rain beneath the street lamp, your voice behind the door. The waitress knew your name. I needed nothing more. door. The record turns in circles like we have danced before. We both can feel the ending, no reason left to hide. So hold me for a moment before the candle dies. Before the candle dies, before we say goodbye. Hold me like our love is still alive behind your eyes. No promise for tomorrow, no need for one more lie. Just hold me one last time before the candle dies. Your hand rests on my shoulder. The rain moves down the glass. For one slow, tender minute, we are living in the past. I will not ask you to stay or make your heart decide. Just let this final memory remain when morning rises. Before the candle dies, before we say goodbye, hold me like our love is still alive behind your eyes. No promise for tomorrow, no need for one more lie. Just hold me one last time before the candle dies. Maybe love is not a failure because it could not stay. Some hearts finish softly, then quietly walk away. I will keep what was beautiful and leave the hurt behind. One flame can lose its light without erasing how it shined. Before the candle dies, before you leave tonight, hold me without pretending. We can make the ending right. No anger for tomorrow, no tears we need to hide. We love the best we knew before the candle died. You close the door behind you. The dawn replaces night. The candle disappears, but I will be alright. No, it was never simple, never safe, never small. You entered like the evening slow gold across the floor. I knew before you touched me I would not be the same anymore. You never made me promises, you never spoke of time, but every quiet look you gave me felt dangerously like mine. I tried to keep one part of me somewhere you could not reach, but love can cross a silent room without a single speech. Love was never ordinary, not with your hands on mine. It moved like water through me, it burned without a sign. Love was never ordinary, it asked for everything. It gave me nights of heaven, then took away the morning. I knew your heart could hurt me, I knew I might still fall, but love was never ordinary or nothing at all. We met beneath the streetlights where no one knew our names. Your coat around my shoulders, your breath against the rain. You said we had no future, as if that made us free. But every time you left the room, you took the air from me. I told myself desire would fade when summer passed, but some fires learn to live long after light has gone to ash. Love was never ordinary, not with your hands on mine. It moved like water through me, it burned without a sign. Love was never ordinary, it asked for everything. It gave me nights of heaven, then took away the morning. I knew your heart could hurt me, I knew I might still fall, but love was never ordinary or nothing at all. Maybe I should leave you before you leave me cold. Maybe I should save the heart I still know how to hold. But I have seen the truth now in every tear I hide. Some love is not a shelter, it is the storm inside. And even if it breaks me, even if you go, I would rather feel this deeply than never truly know. Love was never ordinary, it lived beneath my skin. It turned my fear to longing and let the darkness in. Love was never ordinary, no gentle passing flame. It made the night remember us long after you forgot my name. I knew your heart could hurt me, still I gave you all, because love was never ordinary or nothing at all. Not ordinary, not easy, not kind, but for one endless moment, your heart was next to mine. Love was never ordinary. The band had finished playing. The chairs were upside down. Blue light crossed the empty bar like moonlight on the ground. Your glass was near the piano, a circle on the wood. I stood where you once held me and heard the silence like I knew I would. The music left at midnight, but something stayed behind. A shape beneath the blue light, still moving through my mind. I saw your shadow on the dance floor, turning slowly into mine. Your hand was resting on my shoulder, your lips were close to mine. I saw your shadow on the dance floor, where our final song had played. The room was empty all around me, but your memory never faded. No footsteps, no open door, only your shadow on the dance floor. Candles lost their flame. He asked me if I needed something. I almost spoke your name. Outside, the rain touched every window. A taxi waited in the street, but I could still feel your rhythm, like a quiet pulse beneath my feet. You always left before the ending. You never watched the lights come on. Perhaps you knew the darkest part was finding out the night had gone. I saw your shadow on the dance floor, turning slowly into mine. Your hand was resting on my shoulder, your lips were close to mine. I saw your shadow on the dance floor, where our final song had played. The room was empty all around me, but your memory never faded. No footsteps, no open door, only your shadow on the dance floor. Dance, the way you moved without a hurry, as though we still had every chance. You said the night could keep us from everything we feared, but morning found the truth between us, and suddenly you disappeared. Was I dancing with a promise, or a man who could not stay? Was your heart already leaving while your body gently swayed? I have asked the empty tables, I have asked the falling rain, but the night keeps every answer and returns only your shape again. One step forward, one step back, is mine. Your hand is faded from my shoulder. Your kiss is losing time. I see your shadow on the dance floor, growing thinner in the light. Soon the room will stop remembering how we moved that final night. No footsteps, no open door, just one last shadow on the dance floor. The morning enters through the curtains, the blue light disappears. I take my coat beside the piano and leave you with the years. No final dance, no waiting anymore. Only your shadow on the dance floor. You found me by the window with rain against the glass. You never asked what hurt me or questioned what had passed. You sat beside me quietly and gently held my hand. Some hearts speak without a word and still make you understand. I feel safe in your silence, safe beneath your steady eyes. You never promise heaven, you just stay until the fear subsides. I feel safe in your silence, where no empty language hides. You may not say you love me, but I feel it every night. I have known the silver talkers who could make a lie sound true. They promised me forever, then disappeared before the blue. You never speak of always, but you are there at dawn. Love is not the words we borrow, it is who remains when hope is gone. I feel safe in your silence, safe beneath your steady eyes. You never promise heaven, you just stay until the fear subsides. I feel safe in your silence, where no empty language hides. You may not say you love me, but I feel it every night. Still, give me one true sentence when the morning enters through. Not a grand and golden promise, just something born in you. I feel safe in your silence, but tonight let's silence end. Let me hear the heart behind it. Let me know where we begin. I feel safe in your silence. Then you softly speak my name. 3 quiet words between love still grows. You pecked beneath the hallway light while rain crossed every pane. You took the books and photographs, but left your coat again. It hung beside the doorway, still holding traces of you. I knew that you were gone for good, but shadows look like truth. Your coat stayed behind, holding the shape of you. A little rain upon the sleeve, your old familiar perfume. Your coat stayed behind and kept my hope alive. You were never coming home, but your coat stayed behind. For 7 quiet mornings, it on the wall, each sound inside the hallway still made me think you called. Then deep inside the pocket, I found a folded name, one number written carefully, and nothing felt the same. Your coat stayed behind, holding the shape of you. A little rain upon the sleeve, your old familiar perfume. Your coat stayed behind, but now I knew the lie. You were never coming home, though your coat stayed behind. It was only cloth and buttons, only shadow, thread, and rain. I had dressed an empty memory in the shape of you again. So I took it from the doorway and stepped into the street. Letting go was quieter, and waiting used to be. Your coat stayed behind until I carried it away. The rain had left the shoulders, your scent had slowly faded. Your coat stayed behind, but I reclaimed my life. You were never coming home, goodbye. One empty hook, one open door. Your coat stayed behind. I stayed no more. Sunday light across the curtains, your footsteps softly on the stairs. You came at 7:30, when the city bells were low. A little rain upon your shoulders, a little nowhere else to go. You placed your keys beside the roses. I poured the wine without a word. We had learned to speak in silence, where no promises were heard. Monday never knew your name. Saturday could never stay. We belong to one another only at the end of Sunday. You danced with me beside the window, while the evening turned to blue. Your fingers resting at my waistline, like they had always known what to do. Outside, the taxis crossed the water. Inside, time forgot the door. For a few slow hours I could love you without asking for anything more. There was a secret between Sundays, a room that daylight could not find, a love that lived behind the curtains and disappeared before midnight. There was a secret between Sundays, too warm to leave, too deep to name. You held me like you meant forever, then vanished with the morning rain. Coffee waited on the table. Your coat was hanging by the chair. But every time the sky grew lighter, you became a stranger standing there. I never asked about tomorrow. You never offered me your past. Still, every kiss became a question. How long can something hidden last? Monday never knew your name. Saturday could never stay. We belong to one another the end of Sunday. One night I almost said I loved you. The words were resting on my tongue, but your eyes moved toward the window, and I knew what silence had become. I could not live between two shadows, waiting for the week to end. I needed more than borrowed evenings, more than being your secret friend. So take your keys, take your coat, leave the wine, leave the rose. Do not promise, do not explain. I have learned what Sunday means. There was a secret between Sundays, a room that daylight never knew, a love that lived behind the curtains but never learned to follow through. There was a secret between Sundays, I wore it softly like perfume, but now I open every window and let the morning fill the room. No more waiting through the weekdays, no more hiding from the day. What we kept between the Sundays, I find I'm finally giving away. Sunday light across the curtains, no footsteps coming up the stairs. The room is quiet, the sky is open, and I am still here, but I am no go waiting there. I never asked for diamonds, I only asked for truth. You brought me shining promises when all I wanted was you. You filled the room with roses, signed every card in gold, but every time I reached for you, your hands were turning cold. You knew the finest restaurants, the view from every suite, but you never knew the difference between being close and being seen. You thought love had a price you could place upon the table, but a heart cannot be purchased, even when the man is able. I never asked for diamonds, never needed champagne rain. I did not want a perfect life built on a hidden pain. I never asked for Paris or your name upon the door. I only wanted honesty. Was that asking for too much more? Keep your diamonds, keep your gold. They cannot warm me when the night turns cold. I never asked for everything, I only asked for love. Something real, something true, something money could never do. You bought a blue silk evening and a car the color of wine, but you could not spare a quiet hour to ask what lived inside my mind. You kissed me for the cameras, then left me in the hall. A woman can wear 1,000 jewels and still possess nothing at all. I gave you every tender part, no receipt, no guarantee, but you kept offering possessions instead of offering me. I never asked for diamonds, never needed champagne rain. I did not want a perfect life built on a hidden pain. I never asked for Paris or your name upon the door. I only wanted honesty. Was that asking for too much more? Keep your diamonds, keep your gold. They cannot warm me when the night turns cold. I never asked for everything, I only asked for love. Take back the velvet boxes, the silver and the pearls. I will not trade my freedom to decorate your world. I would rather own one morning with my dignity intact than spend another evening waiting for a heart that will not come back. You can impress the strangers, you can make the whole room stare, but luxury means nothing when the one you love is never there. No diamonds, no disguise, no golden chain around my life, no empty kiss, no borrowed flame. I am leaving with my name. I never asked for diamonds, I never begged you to stay. I only asked you to love me in an ordinary, honest way. I never needed Paris or a mansion by the shore. I found a thing worth keeping when I walked out through that door. Keep your diamonds, keep your gold. I found a fire of my own. I never asked for everything, I only asked for love. Now I ask for nothing, I am already enough. Leave the roses on the table, leave the champagne in the glass. I will take my quiet heart and let the glitter pass. I never asked for diamonds, I only asked for truth. Now the finest thing I own is the life I chose without you. We left before the city woke. Your white shirt caught the breeze. 2 coffees by the harbor, bare footsteps by the sea. You drew our names upon the sand, then watched the tide come through. I knew the day was borrowed, still I gave it all to you. Sunday by the sea, your hand was holding mine. The waves around tomorrow would never reach the night. We danced beside the water, no music but the tide. You held me like forever, with leaving in your eyes. Sunset turned the harbor gold. You reached for your car key. Some hearts can share a perfect day, but never learn to stay. Sunday by the sea, your hand was holding mine. The waves erased our footprints, but could not stop the time. Sunday by the sea, you kissed me in the light. We loved as though tomorrow would never reach the night. But one true day beside you was too beautiful to lose. So I let the evening take you and kept no reason why. Only salt upon my lips and sunset in my eyes. Sunday by the sea, I watched you drive. Where sunlight used to stay. Sunday by the sea was beautiful and brief. You gave me one blue afternoon, then left me with the sea. The waves erased our names, but not what they had been. One Sunday by the sea, I still remember when. You sent me roses wrapped in silk, a diamond cold and bright, but never gave an honest hour or stay to face the night. You knew the price of every wine, the view from every room, but all the gold surrounding us could never make the bloom. Nothing gold can hold me, nothing bought can make me stay. You can dress a lie in diamonds, but the truth still finds its way. Nothing gold can hold me, no bright chain can own my soul. I would rather leave with nothing than let love choose the simple life outside, where I can still be free. Nothing gold can hold me, nothing bought can make me stay. You can dress a lie in diamonds, but the truth still finds its way. Nothing gold can hold me, no bright chain can own my soul. I would rather leave with nothing and let luxury take control. Give me one honest morning with coffee growing cold over every empty promise you decorate with gold. Love is not possession, love cannot be controlled. A heart that knows its value is worth more